Hey everybody, Cody Menz here, doing a quick little video. I had went over this on my live stream a little bit ago, for those that already saw me talking about this, but obviously the black market got announced today. A little surprised it's happening this early, a little scared, I'll tell you why, but kind of went over on the stream with you guys and a lot of you guys helped kind of pick out some tanks here. What could we see coming on the black market? First and foremost, so let's get into it here. Obviously, there's the Type 59G in the background, but for those that don't know, you can pop over to your respective World of Tanks website. The timings are going to be all the same, essentially, where for the NA server, it's 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and that corresponds on EU, RU, Asia, all the same time, so basically, the Asian server is going to be getting it in the middle of the night, the Russian server during prime time, kind of early evening, or pretty middle evening, and then the EU server pretty much around dinner time. And basically they're all the same. So most servers, I guess all the servers are going to get the same tanks, and it seems that it's going to be rotating. I would assume on a basically a 12-hour basis like last time, where it starts, so tomorrow, February 5th in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for the NA server, and we'll probably get another one at 11 basically p.m. Eastern Time, and most likely we'll see how long it runs. Maybe it'll run a week, maybe it'll only run basically through the weekend, who knows, they haven't exactly said from my understanding, but in any event, if you have not participated in the black market before, what will happen is you'll go into your store and there'll probably be a little notification and a little micro patch this evening to add it in. And sorry, my phone is dinging and hitting me up here. More or less, whenever the store loads, which you should log in ahead of time, you'll be able to basically click over somewhere here for the black market. There'll be a little tab, a little countdown timer. And with all the servers having the same exact time, say if they offer the Type 59G, how it works is each tank basically has a certain amount of, tanks that they can sell. They'll be for gold, credits, who knows, maybe bonds, but most likely gold and credits like last time. And once your server buys the tanks, like the Type 59G sold out in 6 seconds, about 5-6 seconds on any server, they're gone. You can't get it. So unfortunately, it's during work time for most people on any server. A little bit better if you're on EU and RU, because you're not most likely going to be at work unless you work in the evenings. And yeah, it kind of stinks. We don't know what's coming ahead of time because they're not staggering them. So that's one downside. So basically, you need to be here. You need to click fast. Sometimes it won't always sell out in a few seconds. It might be like 10 minutes. It might be an hour. Sometimes, they're lower tiers and not everyone buys them. But basically, what could we see? Here's a little list we made on my stream. Possible black market stuff. I think it's highly likely we see some 3D styles that are already in the client, which this is really bad when it comes to, really, really bad compared to what I typically add in on my stream here. So hopefully it's legible. So T100 light tank, Progetto 65, FE 4005 stage 2, Object 261, and the T44 100. I think out of these, the highly most likely one is the T44 100, because I think they might bundle that and sell it. The little things with the little marks next to it here are what I think is most likely to come, and the ones tabbed in. We could see some 3D styles, maybe the Halloween styles. So for tier 10s, FE215B heavy tank, I think we might see, because that wasn't sold last time. T22 medium tank, maybe, just because it's not really overpowered anymore, and it's kind of a rare tank that would get people to spend a lot of gold and or credits. I think they would sell that for credits, but there's a little question mark next to this. So the Beijing Opera 113, it's really just a reskinned 113, pretty much identical stat-wise to it, but it looks pretty neat. It's only available on the Chinese server as of right now. Waffle Trucker E100, I don't think is going to be a thing, but you never freaking know. I don't think they would release it though like this, because I think they need to remove a shell before they think about adding it back in the game, because people would probably be up in arms. AMX Foch 155 and 183 they sold before, but they're still, people probably still want those. I could see them putting them up because they sold out last time, you know, I think on all servers, if I'm not mistaken. Now, getting down to tier 9, there's some unreleased tanks. The Object 70 or 752, don't really know too much about that, but the Object 777 version 2 is a tank that's kind of, it's been balanced, it's okay, it's not overpowered, it's unique, it's never been released. Maybe they'll throw it in there. Like I personally would buy it. And the Char Future 4. I think it's a really slippery slope, I'll say this, if they start. And also at tier 10 there is a alternate, somewhat less broken T95 FE4201 Chieftain variant they could do. I think it's a really slippery slope if they... It's one thing releasing like the Type 59G that's a gold, you know, tank, and it's not really different. It's another thing releasing, say, like the Char Future 4 or the 777 version 2, where there's only a certain amount of them. Sorry about my phone. There's a certain amount of them, and you might not even be able to log on at that time to get them. It feels like they're extorting you in a little bit. I really hope World of Tanks doesn't go down the route of selling tier 9s and tier 10 reward esque tanks or premium tanks. It reminds me of World of Warships, and scary if this is going to be like a revenue feature for them for releasing new tanks. Like, don't get me wrong, I know they did the Type 59G last time, but you know, say if they release something completely new that you only can get through this, and that's it. Like, I think that's I think that's a bad move for them, but who knows. Tier 8, Type 59G, I think they'll definitely do that. People will buy that, gobble that up, and spend all their gold from holiday ops boxes. The 703 version 2, E75TS, M54 Renegade, I think are pretty strong contenders, just because you don't really haven't had many options to be able to get those, whether it's the holiday ops boxes or if you didn't do the marathon. Mil 1951, small possibility. They haven't sold it before. You could get it through Frontline. I think that could be an option because they said it was exclusive for Frontline and that they'd never sell it, but the black market, there's no rules apparently, so who knows. Last year they did the M41 90mm. I don't think they'll do that again, but they will probably have a couple standard premiums in there for credits for pretty good deals. The old Kanonen Jagdpanzer, I think that's a strong contender for like a unique tank. So this is a 90mm. It's pretty bad competitively. It's a lot worse than the 105 Kanonen Jagdpanzer that we already have. KV4K, it should be I think KTTS, not KKT. That's a tank that hasn't been released before. Who knows, it could be thrown in there alongside of any of the... Sorry, I'm petting Levi back here. He's begging me for pets. You can kind of see him here. I think any of the tier 8 clan war tanks are strong possibilities. There's a clan war campaign coming up with them that you can craft, which is the only reason I think they might not put them in, but you know, it's still a chance. The Object 703 version 2, but the 100mm version is an interesting option because they have two versions of the 703, the premium, in the client. You know, the 122 we got in the holiday ops boxes, the 100mm is in there. It's fully modeled, it's balanced, it's not broken. It's more like the tech tree ones. Maybe they could do that, but again, I feel like it's a slippery slope they can do, releasing a new premium in black market, where that's the only way you could get it. I honestly would be pretty mad. Not even if I like missed out, or even if I got it, I think that's taking it a little too far as far as monetization. T95E2, that's kind of the original reward tank for referrals. It really sucks, but unique tank. We're mainly picking like unique things. There's a new tier 8 French premium, the Batchat Burlesque. I don't know how to say it. I guess Burlesque basically comes to mind, but I know it's not pronounced that way. This is kind of a mix between a French light tank and medium tank, so not a huge drum, not a super... Yeah, it's basically like a little bit of a mix between the two. There's the Senlac, Awful Panther, IS-3A, EBR 75, T-44 lightweight, not the T-54 lightweight. For tier 7, the ISU 122S, it's a possibility that's not really sold very often. Eagle 7, AMX 1357, E25 could be a contender if they want to throw in like a rare tank that people gobble up. Some unreleased tanks down here. The Tiger 2H, it's a little bit different than the captured Tiger 2 that you could get from Twitch Prime, but it is a fully modeled and balanced tier 7 that they could throw in there. Again, Slippery Slope releasing a new premium in the black market, but that's what I'm worried about. There's the Black Prince prototype, the 843, the Tiger 217, which is identical to the Tiger 131, just a different model. There's a M4 Sherman / French medium tank hybrid. There's also unreleased VK 6501H. There's the Lef 70 SU-76I, and for me, I want them to put a Tetrarch in because that's one of the very few premium tanks I do not own. But that was just a joke. In any event, though, no one really knows what's going to get released. There's basically a lot of rumors going around because, you know, some people are spreading rumors, but no one knows, honestly. Like, maybe when they do the micro patch for the black market before it kicks off, someone might be able to mine something, but for the most part, no one really knows what they're going to release. There's going to be some premiums that are already kind of in the game. Like, maybe we'll see maybe the Strev 81. That was recent for Twitch Prime, though. The Lanson C is a pretty good contender, too. But there'll be a mix, I feel like, of 3D styles. There'll be a mix of a couple tier 10s that were removed from the tech tree. Some rare tier 8 premiums like the Type 59G. You know, and some low tiers. You know, you never know what you're going to get through it, which is the nice thing. But at the same time, all the times being the same definitely sucks. But, you know, they listen to community. The community, I don't know why people complained last time that they knew ahead of time what it was going to be. Now we got our wish, and, you know, the times are definitely screwy for NA and Asia specifically, and even some people in EU are probably going to be screwed over. Works perfect for Russia, though, but some people will be like, Russian bias. Well, some people were pushing for it, and Wargaming listened. But in any event, thanks for watching. I guess we'll see what pops up tomorrow on the black market. I'm really worried that we're going to see, so since it's happening here in February, it's going to happen like in the summer. It's going to happen in the fall. And if it's going to be recurring this often, I'm a little bit worried it's going to be monetized a little bit more, in a sense of adding in like even more unique but like new tanks rather than just unique tanks like reskinned ones like this, which is why I thought like the WZ-111 Beijing Opera could be an option, because that's just a reskinned 113. But who the hell knows? Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, good luck in the black market if you get any good deals.